MCC Party was one of the craziest events ever, with such an insane ending that will go down in history as we celebrate the 4th year of MCC. But in the end, who ended up with cake on their face and who ended up as champions? These are the top 10 players of MCC Party. But before we begin, let me know down in the comments section below who you watched for this MCC and who you think deserved a special mention. And whilst you're down there, please subscribe. It would mean the world to us on our way to 1,000 subscribers, so please consider doing so. Anyway, enough time wasted. Let's start with 10th place, Becky. Yes, this is definitely someone you would not think was in the top 10, but Becky had one hell of an event, doing massively into Get to the Other Side and Parkour Tag, where she's proven again and again and again that she is absolutely a queen of that game. Honestly, superb performance from Becky and definitely deserves a mention, beating Owen and Sneak Stag, which is crazy. You would not expect it, but what a performance. What a performance. Congratulations to Becky. Unfortunately, they didn't make Dodgeball, which was crazy, that's to say the least, but they did incredibly nonetheless. 9th place, Krenos. That's right, out of our lovely Crimson Krakens, Krenos ends up on top after a dominating performance in a lot of the games for his team. Of course though, Bingo But Fast was their absolute peak performance, as well as a very strong performance in Battle Box as well. This team was obviously a fan favourite going into it, and they performed mightily, but couldn't get to the top in the end. They were so close to Dodgeball, but hopefully we see them yet again in the future. I mean, we just have to wait till another anniversary, let's be honest. Everyone loves this team. 8th place, JoJoSolos. That's right, JoJo gets into the top 10 after leading the Hermits this time around, and they did absolutely insane in survival games, destroying in that game, and had a very good start to the event. Unfortunately, however, all their good games kind of ran out in the end, and they were left falling down the leaderboard, but JoJo of course still rose to the top to get into our top 10. But before we continue, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. As I said before, it really would mean the world to all of us here at MCC Central if you did. 7th place, Smallish Beans. Yes, this team was a fan favourite coming into this, and they did sensationally. Yet again, however, like JoJo before, maybe it was a bit too soon to do so well in the first few games, destroying in both Build Mart and Bingo But Fast, but unfortunately dropping down the leaderboard come the end. They still did incredibly well and outperformed a lot of people's expectations, but it was Smallish Beans that rose to the top, doing insanely well for his team and coming 7th overall. Congratulations to the Beans. 6th place, Antfrost. Look, it's not the high heights of first place like in MCC Live, but Antfrost can yet again be proud of his performance and his effort this tournament, always putting his heart and soul into the event. Of course, Sands of Time and Hole in the Wall were big performers for his team, but unfortunately it wasn't enough at the end as they came 9th overall, getting a lot of their trophies stolen at the end. Even so, he did amazingly, and I can't wait to see what he cooks in the next tournament. 5th place, Blue Bats, otherwise known as Fire Breath Man. That's right, Fire Breath Man and the Simmers returned, and they did again superbly. Absolutely love this team whenever they're in a tournament, previously being in Scuffed as well. This team is just so much fun and have the best time. They unfortunately didn't do as well in Battle Box this time round, but they did do superbly in Sands of Time, absolutely breaking the system and having the best time on that game, doing superbly. It's always great to see Fire Breath Man back in the event, and I can't wait to when he matches with the Simmers yet again in the future. 4th place, In the Littlewood. We mentioned Becky before, but In the Littlewood was our top player for Orange, who if this was a normal MCC would have made Dodgeball. They were superb throughout. in the Littlewood absolutely killed it this tournament, having game after game where he performed well, including to get to the other side where he absolutely destroyed, of course getting first in one of the maps, which is unheard of, except he's already done it before in MCC Scuffed, which there's a lot of parallels this event to MCC Scuffed, which is kind of weird. Unfortunately, he doesn't get in the top 3 because a certain group were miles ahead of everyone else, but even so, he did brilliantly, ending up beating Firebreath Man and Antfrost, which I'm sure he'll be proud of and be telling his grandchildren in the future. That was an old joke, by the way, which is ironic because I'm old. Anyway, next player. 3rd place. Hannah Rose. What an event for Cyan, as Hannah Rose wins her very first event, and she deserves it. Absolutely killing this event, along with Cyan, who just dominated the leaderboards from pretty much to get to the other side to the ending. Doing well in Battlebox, obviously Tug Toss, and many, many more games. This team was unstoppable at times and absolutely deserved the victory in the end, despite actually coming second because of the crown system. That's crazy that worked, and they almost even lost Dodgeball, but they did incredibly and definitely deserved to be on top. 2nd place. Purpled. Yes, that's right, despite their team only coming 5th, Purpled is in 2nd this time around, and boy does he deserve it. He is just one hell of a player, always gives his all to the cause, always gives his all to each game, and I mean, it's lovely to see him back in the top 3 yet again. He is just superb. Unfortunately, this time around, not into Dodgeball, although given his record, he probably would have lost it. Even so, what a game for Purpled. What a absolute event for the king. Unfortunately though, he was nowhere near matching 1st place. Fruitberries. That's right, Fruitberries destroyed this event. I mean, he was insane. Alongside Hannah and Gumi and Elena, he just destroyed everyone. Of course, winning Dodgeball at the end against Filza. A very drunk Filza and a very drunk pink team, by the way. They should have not won any games. But Fruitberries absolutely deserves the victory. He's been immense recently and wholeheartedly deserves it. Wonderful game. What a wonderful season. And I hope you all enjoyed it. Of course, this was to celebrate the 4-year anniversary of MCC. And I'm just so glad to be a part of MCC and all its history. So I've got to thank you all for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, and make sure to like the video and comment down below. And of course, peace.